There's a little trouble in paradise in Chicago and downtown here as well. We'll explain today on Locked On Lions.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And what's going on, everybody? Locked On Lions, Locked On Podcast Network on this, a Wednesday, June 15th and a Thursday, June 16th. Thanks for listening and joining us and making us your first listen each and every day right here on Locked On Lions. Find us, of course, wherever you get your podcasts and now as well on YouTube, where we have video going each and every day. Locked On Lions today brought to you by Blue Nile. Make your moments sparkle with jewelry from BlueNile.com. And Locked On Lions listeners, you're going to get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. This podcast exclusive includes engagement. Use code LOCKEDON at checkout. Coming up on the show today, I don't know if you follow baseball. Maybe you're just a Lions fan, but I have a comparison between the local football team here, your Detroit Lions, and the local 9 downtown, the Detroit Tigers. I got to give some props to the Lions for something. We will do that coming up on the show. NFC quarterback rankings from CBS completely disses Jared Goff. A big diss. We will get into that coming up momentarily on the program as well. And also, let me link something from that article to this team that maybe, just maybe, is going to be so god-awful in the division that the Lions aren't going to have to worry about finishing in last place again. I'll get into that coming up as well here on the program. We appreciate your listening. Why do you listen? You love your Detroit Lions. For those of you that are new to the podcast, Matt Dery here. Been doing this since 2016. Appreciate you guys tuning in each and every day. You can follow me on Twitter at Dery Speaks, Dery Speaks, at Locked On Lions on Twitter, and also the Matt Dery Facebook fan page and on YouTube. Again, subscribe to Locked On Lions on YouTube and get the show each and every day. Next week, early in the week, I'm going to be off. We're going to have shows later in the week, but I'm going on a little hiatus for Monday and Tuesday, so bear with me. We won't have a show tomorrow either. So I know some of you, you're not getting your Lions fix, blah, blah, blah. You'll tweet me. Just bear with me. Taking a few days away, not just from the podcast, but just in general from work and stuff, and I'll be back next week. All right. Today, the Detroit Tigers had three position players having to pitch as they lost to the White Sox 13-0, getting swept in a 3-game series by Chicago, who had limped into town, hadn't been playing good baseball, have injuries. Tony La Russa was on the chopping block, getting fired, and they came in this week and they whooped the Tigers. Outscored them 27-6 in the 3 games. And if you watched any of the game today, and I caught a little bit of it, and I listened to a little bit on the radio as well, a nice area, great folks, Iraqi tech, tall buildings. I could keep going. The Tigers quit today. They had a players-only meeting after the game to discuss their effort today. But they quit. They got their ass kicked to the point where, again, Cody Clemens had to pitch. He's a position player. Harold Castro had to pitch. It's embarrassing. This was a team that had promised during the offseason. People were picking them to maybe make the wild card. Miggy Cabrera said, let's make, on his, when he got his 5,000th, he got his 500th home run or 3,000th hit this year. He said, we're going to the playoffs. He had a toast, champagne toast. We're going to the playoffs. No, they're not. They're horrible. But why am I bringing this up on Locked On Lions? It's because of the following. You never, last year, even though the Detroit Lions won 3 football games, and they weren't good, right? The Lions were 3-13-1. That is nothing to cheer about. But you know what the Lions did? Every week, they tried. Even the Philly game, where they got their clocks cleaned by the Eagles. They just got pushed around, but they didn't quit. They did not try. They did not give effort. They just got pushed around. It looked like they were half-assing it. Dan Campbell has set a tone, whether you think he's a good coach or not, and the jury is going to be still out and all these things. But the Lions always play hard. The Lions always give maximum effort. They're trying to win. They're trying to build something. The Ford family, and with all of its issues that they've had owning this football team for 60, 70 years, whatever the history is, it's not good. But it appears right now, Sheila Ford Hamp, Mom, 222, Rodwood Drive, all of them actually want to put a good product on the field, and they want to win. Do they take risks, which I would like them to do? No, they don't. Are they signing all the talent regardless of character? No, they're not. That bothers me. But I'll say this, they give a crap. They care. They've got Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, and those two guys would not have signed up if ownership didn't care. Do they care fully? Are they fully invested? I don't know. But I can tell you their efforts, the Lions' efforts over the last year and a half have been immaculately better than what is going on at Comerica Park. It's embarrassing. The Tigers did spend some money this offseason. The problem is they didn't go for it. They didn't go get Carlos Correa, which is what A.J. Hinch wanted. They signed Javi Baez, who's a dog. They gave all this money to Eduardo Rodriguez. He's not even on the team right now. He's away from the team. Restricted list. He might not even come back. And they give really lackluster efforts and performances. And the Lions never have done that under Campbell and Holmes. Are they good coaches and GMs? I don't know. So far, their record is 3-13-1. Tigers are in like year 7 of a rebuild, and they have one of the worst records, if not the worst record in the American League. But the Lions try. Now, do they need to win more games this year? Yes, they better. I had Tim Twentyman on from DetroitLions.com yesterday. He's just lathering up. Woo, yeah, lathering in that DeAndre Swift butter. He's talking about this offense. They love Jared Goff. Some people are saying playoffs. I'm not. I'm not ready to go there yet. But an easier schedule, good character, good attitude, leadership in that locker room, like a Michael Brockers. The Tigers don't have a Michael Brockers. They don't have any veteran leadership like that. It's coming together for the Lions for the good of it. I don't know if it's going to equate to wins, but I can tell you this. They're going to play their asses off every single week. They're going to give maximum effort, and they're putting guys in place that are high character but also high motor. The talent, we'll see. If Aiden Hutchinson is a great guy and really tries hard and gives a great motor, but he only has 4 or 5 sacks, and then Kayvon's got 12, we'll have to blast Brad Holmes for that pick. But at least right now, you know what you're going to get with the Lions. And the baseball team in town is not a good example for Detroit with their effort and with everything that they're doing. And unfortunately, many members of the media here love their Tigers, so they're not going to step up and say anything. But yet, the other day, Carlos Monarez on the front page of the Free Press Sports says, yeah, if minicamp is any indication, it's going to be a long season. Give me a break. So easy button to just pick on the Lions. We know how bad they've been. You know how bad they've been. Minicamp and the indication the season's going to suck? Come on. I think that's ridiculous. All right, coming up next, a quarterback ranking that I think is unfair, even though I don't think Jared Goff is very good. We'll tell you about that coming up next. First, what about our friends at BlueNile.com? I was just telling you, celebrate all of life's special moments, from creating the custom engagement ring of her dreams to gifting a classic and timeless jewelry piece. Do it all, not at a traditional jeweler, but at BlueNile.com. Whether you're ready to pop the question or you're celebrating that milestone moment, Fine jewelry is the way to go. And you can find it at BlueNile.com. You shop online. It is simple and easy. What about building that engagement ring of her dreams? You can do it at Blue Nile. They got simple online tools that let you choose the diamond shape, size, and clarity, as well as setting style. Blue Nile's bench jewelers will then handcraft her perfect engagement ring, and each ring is one of a kind. Looking for fine jewelry? Want to save some money? Want to get online and just do it up? It's easy. Get that memorable gift at every budget at BlueNile.com. You can make your moment sparkle with jewelry from Blue Nile. And Locked On Lions listeners get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. $50 off. Do it. This podcast exclusive includes engagement. Use code LOCKEDON. That's code LOCKEDON. Plus, every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. Shop stress-free and find your forever peace. Go to BlueNile.com today. That's BLUE Nile.com today. All right, back on Locked On Lions on this a Wednesday, a hot Wednesday. Everybody stay cool, please. And if you don't have to be outside, it's like 95, 96 degrees out there. It is crazy hot. CBS Sports.com the other day ranked all 16 NFC starting quarterbacks. This was an article by Cody Benjamin. And you have your usual suspects at the top. Tom Brady, number 1. Aaron Rodgers, number 2. You can make an argument there. Matthew Stafford, you heard of him, number 3 of the Detroit Rams, LA Rams. 4, Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. 5, Kyler Murray of Arizona, which I think is a bit high. 6, Kirk Cousins. 7, the Eagles' Jalen Hurts. 8, Carson Wentz of the Commanders. Wow. 9, Jameis Winston. I know, you're waiting for it. 10, Trey Lance. 11, Justin Fields. And 12, Jared Goff. Goff is only ahead of 4 others: Daniel Jones, Marcus Mariota, Geno Smith, and Sam Darnold. So Mariota of the Falcons, Smith of the Seahawks, Sam Darnold of the Panthers, and Daniel Jones. I guess Drew Lock is not the starter. I guess it's Geno Smith. Okay. Jared Goff comes in at number 12 out of 16. The author writes, quote, Detroit has inexplicably refused to add competition here, and barring a late-game trade for another veteran, is set to double down on the notion that Goff can be more than a placeholder. His supporting cast isn't bad, with a solid line and speedier receiving core now featuring Jamison Williams. But Goff has proven with both the Rams and Lions that, like most quarterbacks, he's only as good as his surroundings. He's capable of some pretty precision passes, but he's also been skittish in some big moments. Jared Goff last year had a completion percentage of 67%. Justin Fields, 59%. Let me stop right here. Number 1, I'm not a Jared Goff fan. I don't think he's very good. I think he's average. I respect the fact he's taken a team to the Super Bowl, and he's had some success at the NFL level. This is not a crappy guy. Did he play lousily? Is that a word? Is that a word? Was he lousy last year in the first half? Yes. Are we finding out this year, early, if that was all Anthony Lynn and he was uncomfortable? We're going to, yes, because Ben Johnson was his hand-picked offensive coordinator. Dan Campbell said, and Ben Johnson both saying, Jared Goff, we're tailoring this offense around him. Heck, Johnson doubled down and said, we're going to try to find some plays out of the Rams playbook from back in the day that worked for him. All right, Jared Goff is not top 10 in the NFC. He's not top 20 in the NFL, probably. But putting him behind Justin Fields, Trey Lance, who I'm sorry hasn't played, Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz is trash. Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. I'm putting Jared Goff ahead of Carson Wentz. And don't tell me about, Wentz was an MVP candidate in 2017. That was a long time ago. The Indianapolis Colts are desperate for a quarterback, and they traded for Carson Wentz and then gave up on him after a year. Not a good leader, not a good player. So I think it's unfair. I see Jalen Hurts being ahead of him. I get it. Kirk Cousins, sure. Jameis, I don't know. Guess you could argue it. Trey Lance, there's a lot of talent there. He's probably going to start the year as the starter. Garoppolo, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy G. And I know he had the injury and surgery, but Justin Fields? No, I'm sorry. Justin Fields threw 7 touchdowns last year and 10 interceptions. Goff had 19 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Neither of those numbers are great, but I'm not putting Justin Fields ahead of Jared Goff yet. I think it's unfair. And again, I'm no enormous Goff fan by any stretch of the imagination, but geez, I think that ranking's a little bit unfair. But Jared Goff's going to have to prove now. There's no excuses left. Oh, his receiving core is terrible. That was this past year. Oh, all of his offensive linemen are hurt. Frank Ragnow's out. Taylor Decker's out. They're all healthy now. Oh, the Lions haven't had a running game since Barry retired. They got a pretty good running back room right now. Even come on Craig Reynolds and others. Some good depth there at running back. So Jared Goff has to perform. He also has the offense tailored around him. But putting him 12th on this list out of 16 and putting him behind Justin Fields and Trey Lance, who really hasn't played, I don't think that's fair. Your thoughts at Dery Speaks on Twitter and at Locked On Lions, and of course the Matt Dery Facebook fan page. And your comments always welcome on YouTube as well. Speaking of Justin Fields, I want to tell you something that's going on in Chicago. And this is great news for Lions fans. We're going to do that coming up next. First, what about Built Bar? Guess what came in the mail to me yesterday? The newest Built Bar, Mud Pie. That's right. You know our friends at Built are always coming out with amazing new flavors. Well, this time Built has truly outdone themselves with their new Mud Pie flavor. And for the first time ever, Built is introducing the new Mud Pie flavor in both Mud Pie Bar and, yes, the Mud Pie Built Puffs. Not sure what a mud pie tastes like? Well, if you're a chocolate fan, you better sit down for this. The new Mud Pie Bar is rich whipped cream and chocolate mousse smothered in 100% real chocolate and topped with cookies and cream crumble. And the great thing is, it's only 150 calories and 8 grams of sugar. It's like your mom baked the most deliciously creamy chocolate mud pie and wrapped it up just for you. Mud Pie bars and puffs are available now at Built.com, but they're going fast because they are very, very good. I didn't have one today because I just got here yesterday. I got it yesterday, but I'll have it tomorrow for breakfast. Like all Built bars, are covered in 100% real chocolate. That means they're healthy and tasty. Chocolate mousse, whipped cream, cookies and cream crumble. Stop drooling and get to Built.com and order yours today. Mud Pie. Go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. That's promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Folks, if you get the Chicago Sun-Times, or you've seen it, you see the headlines sometimes. It's that Square newspaper. I wish our papers would do that, like the New York Post and New York Daily News. And on the back of this morning's sports section of Chicago Sun-Times, it's a picture of Justin Fields of the Bears with the headline, "Uh-oh." Justin Fields admitted yesterday after Bears practice, all right, that the Bears are not ready to play right now. Not ready to play. Now, again, it's first-year coach Matt Eberflus and their new offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy. Rhythm and timing are important to the scheme, and those things are still developing, according to quarterback Justin Fields of the Bears. Said yesterday, quote, "They're throwing a lot at us, and that there are a lot of mistakes that are following." Justin Fields added, if the team had to play a game right now, "I'm not ready for the season to start." Quote, "I'm the type of guy that would like to know I'm prepared. So right now, I'm just being honest. We're not ready to play a game right now. And when that time comes, we will be ready. So right now, no, not ready to play a game," End quote. People have been ripping on the Bears for not doing enough to give Justin Fields some help, whether it's more weapons at wide receiver, whether it's another tight end or running back. But very telling that the Bears quarterback, is admitting they're not ready to go. Now, again, it's a game and we're in June. But that's not a good sign. And I've said it. You take Khalil Mack off that team, a lot of their veterans on defense that they let walk, guys they have not re-signed, a second-year quarterback with a rookie coach and a rookie offensive coordinator. The Lions, I don't think, are going to finish in last place. I think the Bears are. I think the Bears are terrible. And if Justin Fields can't play, then what? Then what? Last year they had Andy Dalton, and they tried to baby Fields as best they can. Matt Nagy was a disaster. That was the right move. But rookie GM, rookie coach, rookie OC, and second-year quarterback, who's admitting now that this team isn't ready to play. Now, again, they don't have to play till September. But we're less than 3 months from the season. That doesn't sound too good. And if you're a Lions fan, you love hearing that. That is not a good scene in Chicago right now. Not at all. All right, that's Locked On Lions for a Wednesday, June 15th. Thanks for watching, listening. Don't forget, make us your first listen each and every day. We're back next week. I'm off for a few days. I'll be back next week. We'll talk to you then. Right here on Locked On Lions.